Hello, it's Miss Keener here. I'm here to read to you The Pocket Scavenger, and I picked this book in honor of Earth Day because it kind of talks about seeing the world differently. And with our current circumstances, it's kind of a fun, interactive book for getting outside. So you can purchase it on Amazon. I have my copy here. And I've attached some of the pages. I'm going to read through the introduction, but if you would like to skip right to the scavenger hunt, you can click on the next video. So here we go. The Pocket Scavenger by Carrie Smith. The definition of a scavenger. Scavengers go on many adventures no matter where they are, especially in the most mundane of circumstances. Scavengers notice the ground beneath their feet, prowl the world looking for treasures. Scavengers see beauty in simple items when sometimes others do not. Scavengers know that all objects can be imbued with special powers. Scavengers are interested in transforming simple objects into works of art. Scavengers often have collections of items in the bottom of their bag, scattered about their home, or hidden in a yard somewhere. And scavengers are always prepared to collect and will go to great lengths to do so, even occasionally putting themselves in precarious situations. Could this be you? If so, proceed to the next section. Introduction. You are invited to go on an adventure, right now, wherever you are. In the following pages, I'm going to ask you to search for a bunch of items. At first glance, they may seem like simple, mundane, inconsequential things, but don't be fooled. They are of utmost importance. Every minute of the day, there are hundreds or thousands of things around us that we don't notice. Our eyes tune them out because they don't seem important for our current needs. But what if we looked at everything as if we had never seen it before, as if we do not know its function? In that way, we learn to see it with new eyes. These things can become very useful if you choose to think of them as raw materials. They are sacred objects just waiting to be collected by a modern day explorer and used in a variety of artistic experiments. This is your challenge to infuse your daily excursions with a quest to see these things with new eyes. The scavenge. And we have a quote here. The first stage in becoming a natural navigator is to master the observation, and the first lesson in this area is that observation is not all about the eyes, and even when it is about the eyes, there is more to it than meets our eyes. That's by Tristan Gooley, The Natural Navigator. Most of us have participated in a scavenger hunt at some point in our lives. Running around a location frantically, looking for a set of items typed on a list of some kind, locating the objects before someone else does, finding everything as fast as possible. With the scavengers in this book, we are going to take the act of scavenging into a slightly different realm by first collecting objects and then altering them. I will not be including the altering section of this book, but you can see here in my book, for each page where you collect an item, if you flip it over, it has directions in red for how to alter your find. For the first mission, you are going to collect a number of items. They can be found in your immediate environment, on your way to work or school, or while you are waiting for the bus, at your local park, while on a hike, while on vacation, and so on. Use the checklist at the back of this book for a quick reference of what to scavenge. For the purpose of this book, you can choose the speed at which you perform the scavenge. You may choose to do it alone, or you can enlist friends and make it a race. So often we are creating something, a piece of art, a piece of writing, a musical composition, or a school assignment. We do what has worked for us in the past, what we are best at, what is current, what is reliable, what is obvious, what we think is good, but this method tends to make our work repetitive and stale and boring. Creativity arises from the ability to see things from many different angles. New connections, things that have not been connected before, create new ideas. Incorporating chance into the exercise allows us to make connections and try things that we might not have done on our own. We are forced out of our habitual ways of thinking or acting. Chance is a beloved art, an art of chance. And that looks like it's from Agathon Fragments, quoted by Aristotle. The benefits and joys of being a scavenger. I devote a day to creating a kind of story. Walking down, say, 6th Avenue, I'll suddenly see something that intrigues me: a plastic bag, a green umbrella, an airplane tracing a line in the sky. That's how I get started. Gabriel Orozco on Recent Films, 1998. The number one joy of scavenging. The process of collecting tunes us into our environment and makes use of our increasingly underused senses. You may begin to see that everything is interesting. In our current culture of immediacy, we have lost the experience of the quest, the search for that elusive item, and the stories we create in our attempt to find it. These stories, the process versus the object itself, are often what makes life interesting. Number 3, scavenging is fun and addictive, and much better for us than watching screens all day, especially when we are all stuck at home, especially when done with others and when you share your unique results. Number 4, living in a consumerist society, it is easy to get caught up in a lifestyle that is just about shopping or is connected to a corporate entity. This leaves us feeling empty and causes a disconnect with the natural world. It's important for us to participate in activities that open us up to exploring the world around us on a regular basis without a focus on money and commerce. Tuning into our immediate environment also serves to make us feel more connected to the natural world. Number 5, you will never be at a loss for materials for artistic endeavors. What if we begin to see the world as alive and animated? What if every item told a story? With the pocket scavenger, what emerges will be an entirely different for every person who works with the book. Each version will be based on a variety of factors: our life experiences, our location, our culture, our chance, and how we interpret the ideas. Working with items in this way will help train our brains to look at things without preconceived ideas. Over time, we will naturally make new connections and formulate new patterns of thinking. We will develop a habit of trying something new or different. An important note: sometimes the result will be interesting and sometimes it won't. This is the nature of the experiment.